Okay, so here's week 3. So I have a red folder. I didn't highlight any type of materials needed because nothing out of the ordinary is needed. So the first session is there was an old lady who swallowed a bat. I have all my cards in a bag, so that way it's a little bit more organized. So here's my session 1 for week 3. That's my session 2. Okay, so there was an old lady who swallowed a bat. It's a little bit more open-ended. Depends on what you want to work on, what you want to do. There's a lot of different activities and options, so I'll just go through those really quick. So here's an index. It tells you different things that you can do with the different activities included. So the first one would be a book discussion. I have one here that has questions at the top or one that's just open. So you can have them draw things, you can have them write things, whatever you want. Or same here, they have to answer the questions and they can either write or draw. So that's kind of an open-ended book discussion. Can target a lot of goals within that. Here is an open-ended board game. So this one, you can use the word list or the language word list, the articulation word list or the language word list for these, and just have them play. They land on, maybe if they land on the ghost, they don't have to do anything. If they land on the numbers, that's how many tasks they have to do. Okay, here's a Dobbing activity. Again, it's open-ended. You can have them color in the bubbles or dub different things for different tasks that they have done. Compare and contrast. You want to put different characters at the top and then compare and contrast them. Here's a following directions one. It goes with this page and it just gives you 2-step level 1, 2-step level 2, different directions to do with the students. This one is a open-ended book, so they can either rewrite the book, they could make their own story, they could draw the characters in here and describe them. There's all the different ways you use this. So one of the pages has an open one like this. This is meant to be their cover. And then the other page has all pages. So you just cut them and then put the staples where they belong to make their own little mini book. Here's a dice activity. Pass these all out to the students and have the students roll the dice, and then they get to color one of the characters in that row. And again, I just have them complete a certain amount of tasks before they can color. Okay, this activity, this is just feed the lady. So this one I definitely laminate that one, and then these cards go with it. So it's just one page of these cards. And I give them activities to do or tasks to do. I pass out a certain amount of cards to each student. And then as they do their tasks, if they do it correctly, they get to place it on the lady. If they don't do it correctly, they have to keep the card. And then whoever gets rid of their cards the fastest wins. So that's a different game you can do. This board can go with this game if you want. So I have these cards, and they have a bunch of different questions on each card. So there's WH questions, there's describing, there's categories, compare and contrast, rhyming, and pronouns that you can work on with these cards. So one thing you could do is turn them upside down, give each student one of these. I laminate these, so I only have to print out 4 forever. And you can either have them put Play-Doh in the spots of the questions that they read, or you can have them color it, or put coins on it, or bingo chips on them, and just have them either try to fill up one of the rows or all of the rows, depending on what you're working on. And they're color coded. So what happened when the old lady swallowed the bat, that is color coordinated with this. So depending on the student's goals, you can have them try to fill up different rows or all the rows. So that's an option for this game. Another thing you can do with these cards is you can place them within these open-ended cards. And you can play a game like Go Fish or something. But when the students pick one of these, they have to answer the question on it and then put it to the side. And then these are just the open-ended cards that you can play memory with. If you print out 2 sets, you could do Go Fish with. There's a lot of different options you can do with that. So that's what's included in there. And then one more thing that is included, I print these out and I put them on cards, and what you can do with these is these are just prompts that come right from the book. So these words, these verbs are right from the book. And I have the articulation ones. So these, again, those are all coming right from the book. Synonyms, homonyms. So just print these out, they're good. I guess you could use them for really any session you want, but they're good for this book because they come right out of the book.